right AI government contractors, listen carefully. The reason most small businesses struggle with government contracting is because of the paperwork. Yeah, I'm not going to wait. You don't have to wait to get to the end of this video to figure this out. Reading lengthy solicitation takes time. Putting together proposals that are compliant with a lot of the requirements in that lengthy solicitation also takes time. But here's the thing, there is no reason for you to not have the ability to do it with today's technology. This video is going to address how or why small businesses struggle in government contracting and how you can begin to succeed instead. Watch till the end, join the school community. A free seminar is coming up at the end of this month. You do not want to miss it. The link is in the description. And by the way, if you're not in government contracting, click off this video right now.
Why most businesses struggle with government contracts and how to succeed instead. All right, guys, my name is Godwin. Today I'm going to be talking about why most small businesses struggle with government contracts and how to succeed instead. If you've seen the intro, you already understand that it's the paperwork, but we're going to go into more details, into some more of the problems that small businesses really faced on a bigger level. Did you know that the Biden Harris administration awarded a record breaking, a mind boggling $178 billion in federal procurement opportunities to small businesses? And this was actually an increase of 15.7 billion from the previous fiscal year. Guys, this was awarded to small businesses. So the excuse of, hey, the little man can't win, nobody's looking out for us, that is not what the money is saying if we actually track it. $178 billion in federal procurement alone. And you don't need to take it from me. The SBA is the source of this information because new data from the Small Business Administration has shown that agencies awarded an all-time high of 28.4% of all eligible federal contracts dollars to small businesses. The question is, did you get some of those dollars? You might have been thinking, well, Godwin, I really want to have some of those dollars. I mean, 178 billion, like even if I got 0.1%, I'll be happy. But this is where the problem comes in. This is where we run into problems. The process of acquiring part of your share if you are a small business. Problems related to breaking down solicitations. Unfortunately, government solicitations are not 3-page documents that just, go into a few details and tell you, hey, listen, I really like you, similar to a letter you'd have written to your crush in high school. These government solicitations are not easily digestible. And to make matters even worse, if you have a degree, in fact, you have multiple degrees, perhaps a PhD. I've had dentists, I've had lawyers in my proposal writing classes. No matter what level of education you have gone through in this life, you're going to find that breaking down a government solicitation is going to be challenging because of the compliance language. So for the people going into government contracting, you're going to find yourself facing problems related to breaking down solicitations, and then problems related to finding subcontractors. Perhaps you're going in as a middleman. Perhaps you have part of the service, but the contract that you're going after requires you to partner up with someone else. And you want to have options, but it seems like there are no subcontractors available for the project. And you find yourself limited. I have people saying, listen, the market value is way too expensive for this project, but they've only spoken to one subcontractor. So that's their only perspective on the price. And when you really go deeper with some of these people, you will find that they have no other strategies for looking for subcontractors apart from asking somebody who knows another person who knows another person. And lastly, you're going to face problems related to writing proposals that get you noticed. Today, we have talked about a lot of people who say they would submit the quote of the project to the contracting officer and win the contract. Some people have said that they didn't really submit much, or they didn't even put in efforts into writing the proposal and they won a contract. I don't know if that is the camp that you want to be in, but over here I'm going to be showing you how to put them together from scratch. Now, if you want to be able to write a proposal that looks like this is actually a proposal from somebody within the community, within the AI GovCon community. And yes, of course, I had to close off a lot of the information there. But if you want to write a proposal that looks like this, use the link in the description to join the community. And you're going to find a lot of thriving professionals in there. Guys, but most businesses struggle with paperwork and administrative work. It's difficult if you've like I have an HR background. I know what interviewing is like with the paperwork involved and onboarding. But in today's world, with today's technology, there's no reason. Listen and listen carefully. There's no excuse for you to not be able to handle administrative work. I'm not joking about that. That's not a state. That's not hyperbole. I'm not exaggerating. There's no reason for you to not have the ability to do some administrative work with the technology that we have today. Things like writing emails, putting together Excel spreadsheets. The technology today helps you to have the ability to do that. So use and for the instance of government contracting, number one, you want to use the solicitation breakdown guide to break down solicitations. This is one of the easiest ways you can break down a solicitation in less than an hour and figure out what it's really about and make a decision on whether it's worth pursuing for you. Break down the solicitation with AI tools and specific prompts. Like I said, there's no excuse for anyone to not do administrative work today because there's so many tools that make it easy, that take that 3 hours of work and condenses it into 1 hour of work. So you also want to be able to use Google and ChatGPT and Perplexity AI to broaden your pool of search when you're looking for subcontractors. It's important that you understand that only having one subcontractor is going to limit you and is going to make you smell of desperation, that disgusting stench that makes you beg. But why do you need to beg when there are more companies out there that you can begin to look for? Broaden your search with AI tools. And then use ChatGPT and government contracting without tears to actually write your proposal. There are specific prompts in this book that you can use to put together a proposal that you can begin to tweak and possibly submit. And this is the only book online today that would give you prompts and step by step instructions that would actually yield you a proposal at the end. And I'm going to be showing you how to use some of these prompts or some of the ideas relayed in this book. So, guys, let's get into showing. I'm done talking. Let's get into showing you exactly how this is done. Once you hit search, you're going to want to select domains, hit contract opportunities, and then you want to go to dates. I always like my dates to be at least next month, but today I'm kind of looking for something in training. That could change, but I want you to understand that you're going to be going through this process. Actually, I'm going to remove my face completely here. Yes, you're going to be going through this process, and you want to do a couple of these a day. I see a diabetic prevention program. This is an original solicitation for August 23rd. Now, my recommendation is review 2 to 3 solicitations per day. This way, you get used to using this 5-step beginner friendly solicitation breakdown guide, which is available on in the school community. But let's keep going. And mind you, whatever I click on doesn't mean that this is what I'm going to pursue. I break it down so I can have an idea of whether I have the ability to pursue this. This is diabetics prevention program. Now, the classification, there's no set aside directly here, but we know that this is in office and all other miscellaneous health practitioners, okay? And we just have a very short description here. It says solicitation with the solicitation number for the VA General Los Angeles Health care system as requires diabetic prevention program services as described in the attached solicitation. I'm really curious about this now. Everything seems pretty simple. I'm going to go into ChatGPT. Since it's just one file there, I'm going to throw that into ChatGPT and obviously run into my beginner friendly solicitation breakdown guide. Everything in yellow is a prompt, and the orange is the purpose of the prompt. So, the purpose of solicitation details is to capture the basic details and overarching goal of the solicitation. So, this is where you start. You want to kind of start small before you go into the meaty details, the big juicy stuff. Okay. So the solicitation document with the title Diabetes Prevention Program for the VA Los Angeles Healthcare System is issued by the Department of Veteran Affairs, specifically the Network Contracting Office 22. The summary outlines the requirements for the contractor to provide a diabetes prevention program aimed at women veterans. The program involves implementing a virtual platform that integrates educational modules, health coaching, and tracking tools, and is designed to support women veterans in preventing diabetes. The program is part of the Quality Enhancement Research Initiative project entitled Enhancing Mental and Physical Health of Women Through Engagement and Retention. This is really interesting. This is really interesting. Let's go into a bit more details. What are the eligibility requirements, the key deliverables, and objectives of this contract? And the purpose of this prompt is really to outline both the qualifications and the qualifications required to bid and the expected outcomes of the delivery of this project. So let's see what that looks like. We've thrown it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is now generating. It's now generating its results. The eligibility requirements for diabetes prevention program focuses on women veterans with pre-diabetes, especially targeting those in rural and urban isolation areas. The contractor must enroll clinically eligible women veterans, confirming the eligibility based on clinical criteria provided by the VA. Okay. Key deliverables license for online DPP model. The contractor must provide licenses for an online diabetes prevention program model tailored for women veterans. This is really specific. Health coaching and group support. But guys, the point of what I'm showing you here is simple. With these two prompts, we've been able to break down, well, first of all, the overarching summary of this prompt. And next, we have the eligibility requirements, we have the key deliverables, technical and reporting support, provide technical support for DPP application and website, and submit engagement reports to the VA study team. Okay. Quality assurance plan. They want you to develop and implement a plan to ensure service quality meets VA expectations. That's wonderful. Let's look at the objectives here. They need expand access to preventative or yes, preventive services. Enhance the ability of evidence-based preventive lifestyle and mental health services for women veterans. Support chronic disease prevention. Implement a diabetes prevention program as part of broader efforts to improve women's health outcomes. Engage and retain participants. Focus on engaging women veterans in the program and retaining them through effective coaching and support mechanisms. Guys, this is really cool stuff that I'm seeing here, and I'm able to break it down with these simple prompts. What are the submission instructions? I mean, anyone who wants to be a middleman would be interested in the submission instructions. So let's see what this looks like. The deadline for the proposal is 6th of September. That's pretty good time, guys. That's pretty good time. Anyone who's looking at this right now and saying, okay, this sounds interesting. This sounds like it's within my wheelhouse. Well, you have some ample time. So the proposal should be formatted according to specific requirements set forth in the solicitation document. While the detailed formatting guidelines are not fully described in the provided excerpts, typically elements include cover letter, executive summary, technical approach, management plan, past performance, pricing. Delivery of the proposal. Proposals are required to be submitted electronically, adhering to the VA's guidelines of electronic submissions. The specifics of the electronic submission process, like the platform format, additional electronic forms, would typically be outlined in the solicitation document. Ensure that all parts of the proposal are complete and that are electronically filled and accessible. Okay, cool. All this jargon, we know what they are looking for, we know what is in the document, and we want to proceed now to finding out what kind of companies can actually fulfill this work. So, what kind of companies? That's what I'm going to ask ChatGPT right now. What kind of companies can fulfill the work? So, this is a transitionary process. Like I said, you can use probably different tools to search for potential subcontractors. And one way you want to do this is by starting off something like, okay, healthcare and wellness expertise, experience with veteran health issues. You now want to turn these companies into Google search terms. So when you turn these companies into Google search terms, what will happen here is that you're going to be able to just copy this. For example, health technology companies in preventative care, digital health solutions for chronic disease prevention. Let's say we grab this, copied it, pasted it here, and I asked ChatGPT to create a Boolean string using industry keywords aligned with the contract, for example. ChatGPT is going to go ahead and create a Boolean string. And within this Boolean string, we're going to have some industry keywords. And those industry keywords will also help us to find companies that would possibly have the ability to do the work. But let's see. Let's see what we find here. Oh, there's something I forgot actually. I'm going to say add the location of the site. You want to add the location of the site. So I'm going to grab this now and I'm going to throw it into Google to see what we have. Wow, it's going into Google Scholar. And guys, don't be alarmed if you get to a point where you find that the Boolean string is not working. It's not always going to work. But what I want to show you is that you're going to have multiple options. For example, now that that didn't work, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to suggest 5 companies in the area that may be qualified. Give your reasoning why. So ChatGPT is now giving us companies in the area that we can possibly rely on, like Omada Health. It says Omada Health specializes in digital health programs that change patients' behavior through structured curriculum. Link to their website. I'm going to tell ChatGPT. You can literally use ChatGPT as your assistant in everything that you want to do. Omada. Okay, this is Omada. Now, I want to assume right now that Omada is the company that we're going to use. And then I'm going to begin the process of creating an executive summary as though I am partnering with Omada. So, say we have selected Omada. I didn't go too deep into the research there because obviously, when you're doing the work yourself, you're going to be going deeper into research. But let's say we're going with Omada. And I wanted to write an executive summary. Now, if you remember what I've told you about creating a prompt must always be clear, it must be specific, and it must have context. So I'm going to create a prompt that is contextually clear, that is clear in verbal terms, and it's also clear in the goal that I'm trying to achieve. So think like a middleman, looking to write an executive summary. Looking to write an executive summary for this contract. The name of your company is ABC1, and you will partner with, guys, check this out. At this point, you're going to put the link of the company there. Control C, Control V. You will not disclose your name. Make the executive summary professional. Let's go. Let's see what ChatGPT does here. Executive summary for VA Los Angeles Healthcare System Diabetes Prevention Program. Here's the introduction. ABC1 is pleased to present the proposal for the Diabetes Prevention Program solicited by the VA Greater Los Angeles Healthcare System. Leveraging cutting edge digital health solutions, ABC one aims to provide an innovative and comprehensive program designed to meet the unique needs of women veterans at risk of diabetes. Company overview. ABC specializes in facilitating health programs through strategic partnerships with leading digital health service providers. Our mission is to bridge the gap between complex health challenges and effective, accessible solutions through technology and tailored care. What are the program objectives? The primary objective of this contract is to deliver a virtual first integrated diabetes prevention program that emphasizes behavioral health changes and chronic disease management. Our program will focus on reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes amongst women veterans, implementing a scalable evidence based health intervention, ensuring high engagement and retention rates through personalized health coaching. Guys, look, I can continue to read this over and over, but this is just beautifully done. You can see that the subcontractor's name was not disclosed. Instead, we went with partnership with leading digital health service providers. You can see that ChatGPT is in tune with the needs in the solicitation. Let me come let me come back in so you can see me because I want to make some emphasis here that with ChatGPT, there's no excuse for you to have problems with paperwork, getting the paperwork together, writing reports for your government contracts. This should be the last time. But again, I just want to let you know that this is a step-by-step process that is actually outlined in government contracting without tears. If you want to get the breakdown guide, you can get that for free in the school community. But guys, we hit 1,000 members in the school community, and that means that I am going to have a 2 day intensive seminar, and the people are going to decide the dates, not me. The people are deciding the dates right now. Your vote will count. Get into the school community and vote for the day that you want things to be out. But with that being said, enjoy the rest of your day.